Hello. Enlisted event stinger. That is true. I thought about it, but I really want to do this as well. And now I'm already halfway. I got the first stinger. I'll get the other one. Maybe I'll do it after. It depends on how long I'll be busy. Otherwise, I'll just do it tomorrow off stream. But I saw, I recently got, what's it called? Bros in Arms. Do you think that will be a cool thing to stream? Seeing as it's basically enlisted solo, with hopefully smarter bots. Yeah. Hang on, I need to do. Yeah, no, I did this. I did the thing. Over there, that's over there. No, wait, I need to. You waited most of it. I basically always do coding on Monday evenings. I'm sorry, man. I didn't know you were waiting for me, otherwise I would have told you. There we go. Sorry, had to adjust my microphone. Okay. That is so not true. It has been for the last two weeks. And I've been coding again for 2 weeks, so... It's just a bit slow to get on level. Haha, coding stuff. Look at all the beautiful coding stuff. Now I need to understand it. God damn it. It's gonna be painful. Okay. Modules. I need to know how to make modules. Bro, that's such a bunch of word numbers and symbol on the screen. What's beautiful here? The colors. Look at the colors. Look at the words. Actually, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Where's the thing? Where's the thing imaging? Here it is. If I do this. Wait, cat. Hey. Sorry, my cat was ruining a chair. Words but in color. Yeah. That's exactly it. Oh wait, no, that's not what I want to do here. Where are you? There you are. So I do that over there. I go over, not over there. I go over here and press this button. Can you type exclamation mark follow H? I want to know if this actually works. It should. There we go. It works. Annoyingly, if I do it myself, it works. Shut up. I'm not a follower. Apparently, like on paper, I'm not a follower. So whenever I do that, everything just kind of crashes, and now nothing works again. But it did get it to work. You have been following me for more than a year? Apparently not. Let's see what Twitch tells me about it. It's over here, I think. Is this the one? Twitch handshake. Objects. Yada yada. Yeah, this is all about me. Subscription message. Follow age asked. Wait, do I? No, wait, that's mine. Actually, I started streaming again like... I think it was September. No, I think I had a few test streams around this time, but I've been streaming again for about a year, so that would be about right, I think. Just want to see the message. Subscription message. Follow age asked. Here we go. Twitch message envelope. Message fragment, emote share, null. This one I'm sending out. Whatever. It works. Stop complaining, Zai. It works beautifully. You know it does. Okay, anyway. How the heck do I organize a project in Rust? That's my goal for today. What do we have? Modules teacher. Before I get to the details of modules above, here's a quick reference on how modules path and the use keywords and the pub keyword work on the compiler and how most developers organize their code. We'll be going through examples of each of these rules throughout this chapter, but this is a great place to refer to as a reminder of how modules work. Nice. Start from the create root. When compiling a crate, the compiler looks into the crate root file. Usually source lib_rs for library crate or source main for binary crate for code to compile. Yeah, you have like library crates which aren't executable by themselves but are used by executables, and you got the executables which have the main.rs. So right now all the code is just in one big main.rs file. I would like it to not be in one big file because that's impossible to keep in mind. Yeah. Declare modules. In the create root file you can declare a new module. Say you declare a garden module with mod garden. The compiler will look for the modules code in these places. Inline with a curly brackets that replace the semicolon following mod garden. Yeah, so you can do like, let's see, I can do like mod garden. This and everything in here will be part of the garden module. Yeah, makes sense. Logical enough. Declare in source/gardens.rs, the compiler will look for the submodules code within directory named for the parent module within these places. In the source garden vegetables, so if we want to get vegetable. Oh wait, here. Sorry, I was reading too far. Yeah, in the file garden.rs in source/garden/modrs. Alright, in any file other than creators, you can declare submodules. For each example, for example, you might declare mod vegetable in garden. So yeah, you have a garden module, and in there you can make a new module named vegetables. Baseball, huh? Baseball? I didn't say baseball. Hold on, what? The compiler will look for the submodules code within directory named for the parent module in these places. Yeah, inline. Garden/vegetable, garden vegetable mods. Yeah, so you can just keep making more submodules in submodules, I guess. Once a module is part of your crate, you can refer to code in that module from anywhere else in the same crate, as long as the privacy rules allow, using the path to the code. For example, an asparagus type in the garden vegetables module will be found in its crate garden vegetable asparagus. That should be looking in the crate for like /garden/vegetables/asparagus.rs. You can make them private, or yeah, you can make them accessible only within that module or for everything. Use. Within the scope, the use keyword creates shortcuts to items to reduce the repetition of long paths. Yeah, so you can say use this, and then you can just use asparagus instead of writing all of this every time. Okay. That seems obvious enough. The pub mob. So there's a hang on. Main.rs uses that pub mod garden. Okay. Here pub mod vegetables means the code in source garden vegetables is included too. That code is pub struct asparagus. Yeah, okay. So we include asparagus. And then yeah, okay, check. Grouping related code and models. Models let us organize code within a crate for readability and easy reuse. Modules allow us to control the privacy of items because code within a module is private by default. Yeah, everything's private by default and you have to make it public explicitly. So if you want something to be used outside of that certain module, you have to explicitly say that. As an example, let's write the library create a provides functionality of a restaurant. Will define the signatures of function but leave the body is empty to call. Yeah. Alright, so we have a module front of house with hosting that adds people to waitlist and seated table. You have a serving that takes order, serve order, take payment. Defines a module with a mod keyword. Yeah. Group and definitions together and name why they're related. Programmers use this code can navigate the code based on groups rather than read through all the definition, making it easier to find the definitions relevant to them. Programmers add new functionality to this code. Yeah, that's why I want to do this. It's pretty nice that they spell it out though. Front of house, you have hosting. Okay. This is how you refer to them. Bringing path into. Yeah, you can just get a full. No, hosting is now a valid name in the scope, though using the hosting module has been defined in the create rule. Path into scope used as check privacy. Like separating modules into different files. This is also pretty, but by far all the examples in this chapter defined multiple modules in one file. When modules get large, you might want to move their definition to a separate file to make the code easier to navigate. Example, let's start from the code in listing 717 that has multiple restaurant modules. Extract modules in the file, having all the modules defined by the create root. In this case, the create root is source lib, but this process also works with binary crates whose root file is source main. Yeah, I think we'll work with binary crates for now. But just keep to one crate with a lot of modules. I think that makes the most sense for where we're at. Just gonna go into source here. I'm just gonna start out. I'm just gonna make a big Twitch directory. Hang on. Twitch. I can type. There we go. Open Twitch. This is a library though. Use. First of all, extract from the model to its own file. Remove the code inside the curly brackets, leaving only that. So that source lib contains the code shown in listing. Yeah. Next, place the code that was inside the curly brackets into a new file named source/front of houses, as shown in this listing. Pub event add to waitlist. Yeah. So you start with pubmod. Okay. Note you need to only load the file using a mod declaration once in your model tree. Once the combiner is part of a project. Okay, but then we can. Oh wait, hold on. So if I understand correctly, like over here, oh shit, we should be going. Let me insert here. Thank you. We're making a main.rs. We go one up. In here we should make a twitch.rs if I understand it correctly. So over here, if I open twitch.rs, I should be able to go pubmod twitch. That's basically all we should need. Let's quit that one. Oh shit. I didn't really want to do that. Let's open this again. Can I split this to the top? Something like that. Split vertically. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. Alright, hang on. Okay, sure. Over here, we also want to go to source twitch main.rs. Oh no, wait. Wait, no, hold on. I'm making a little thinky mistake. Because... yeah, we have pub Twitch. No, hold on. I keep saying hold on and not explaining anything. Excuse me. Because we should let me go back to the first one. This one? Gardenvegetables.js. So can't I go to Twitch slash front of house, mod hosting, fn add to waitlist? Yeah, this is a store slash lib.rs. So we have a Twitch one. Hold on. I get this. We have a Twitch. We're gonna make a Twitch module within this project. I'm just gonna move twitch.rs over to We're gonna make a Twitch. We're gonna make one Twitch. So far we've covered most idiotic soundpad for Rust compile use, but Rust also supports an older style of pad. Oh, hold on. The example I saw about using mod.rs is not necessary anymore. For a module named hosting, that's a submodule of front of house. The compiler will look for the source code in source front of house hosting. Alright, so we have the twitch.rs. And we should go inside Twitch. And we move over the main.rs to WebSocket.rs. So we're going to rename that to WebSocket. Oh, hold on. No, I need to be over there. Then over here, we should be going to twitch.rs. Twitch has a public mod named WebSocket. And after that, we should go to like WebSocket.rs. And in here, we can get started. So can I go like pub fn test that just says print line test? Then we should go to the main.rs. Just gonna delete everything here. Gonna say use crate. So from the crate, we want to get Twitch. Shit. Why don't you know about Twitch? Oh, I know. Mod Twitch. A. Oh, WebSocket. Can I go as Twitch WebSocket? Alright, we'll look at that in a second. So I make a new main function over here. And I go like WebSocket. Your creativity is beyond. I mean, I know you're right. I never claimed to be that creative though, so that's my excuse. Where's the part where I run it? Here we go. It's compiling. Alright. I mean, I don't need to be creative. I just keep myself to standards. Standards that others invented, so I don't have to think about it. Okay, so we have a crate called Twitch that has a create a module that's named Twitch. In there we have a module named WebSocket. What am I making? I am trying to I don't know how to describe it. Like a Twitch bot, I guess. I want to make. I'm busy making my own Twitch bot. I just damn it. Hold on. Rust use compile with. Oh, he's trying to entertain me. No. I gave up on that. Get a bit on the source, then and hang on. If I do this, I know I won't entertain you, Sa, so I'm not even gonna try. No Bintar. Alright, hang on. Wait, what? Oh no, this is just throw away all the old code I had? No, I didn't. Why is it not running the way I want it to? Oh, because I should be here. No. Well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I can't show the little part. I've been working on this for 2 weeks now. It's mainly about learning Rust as a new programming language, and I thought this would be a nice challenge to do. I got it so far that it did like a follow H command, where it got like how long somebody was followed, calculated how many days it was, and showed that. But the code was horrible. The code was absolutely horrible. So I it was just unorganized. It's just one big file with a lot of different things happening. So right now I'm trying to break that up into something properly structured. But that's a whole new learning experience. How are you doing though, Dev? How's it going? Okay, here we go. Oh no. Oh, my chat was suddenly reconnecting. Okay. Okay, so we got WebSocket. What I want... Rust use alias? Type aliases, that's what I want to know. Oh, huh? I should be going to do as Twitch WebSocket. And then over here, instead of WebSocket, I say Twitch WebSocket test. And if I run this, what's my run command? There it is. It should still be working. Yeah, still working. Okay. That's the first one. Twitch WebSocket. So we're starting out. First thing we want to do is initialize a new WebSocket. So for this, I'm gonna look at the old one. That's not the old one. Nope, that's not the old one. Main old, that's the one. Actually, hold on, I'm going too fast here. What I need to do first is look into the library. Because I want to have like a library where I can get all my types. I can store how all my messages are supposed to look. And good stuff like that. So that should be, if I'm understanding correctly, like library. To create for library create or source main for binary create, for code to compile. You overdo structures because I get to the point where I decide I can compartmentalize them more. And my includes have required, then I have a million files in a folder, of which I then should make more folders, then I can decide what, oh no. Compartment. I almost did it correctly once, and I'm gonna hold to that. Yeah, I know your brain there, Dev. I am trying to not overdoing it, but at the same time having all my structures named in this one folder, and then have the code that handles everything. I don't want it either. And since like I have to subscribe to a Twitch WebSocket, I have to send requests to Twitch to subscribe to messages on that WebSocket. Or to send messages to chat, and I also want to link into OBS at some point. So that's like 3 different systems I have to communicate with. And yeah, I think I should like separate those out. But yeah, I never done Rust before, so I don't know how the structure works and what good ways are. I did have a little read up about it. Yeah, I need to set up like a Twitch models. You start with 1 or 2 back files and start breaking it down later on. Yeah, the problem is this is already a massive file. In total, where it's about 400 lines and doesn't really do anything. So I'll probably like split it out a little bit. So I have the initial setup, the connections to Twitch and stuff. All those setups, I want those in a different folder. I want the models in a different folder. And after that, I can work a little bit more in the main file, I guess. We'll see. I'll be happy if I get it working that far today. I'd honestly be really surprised. Alright, so we have the WebSocket that needs to be initialized. Yo, Ace! How's it going? I'll get a hydrate. Wait, no. I don't need to make this yet. What I wanted to do, we're in, yeah, okay, so we go to source, we go to Twitch, we make a new model that's named models. Sorry, we make a new folder that's named models. And then in there, ooh. I think this should be a Rust lib file. I think this should be a library. What goes into... Hey, there we go. That's exactly my question. What do I put into my library? First guy is wondering what I should be put lib or as what into other files. I don't see why not. Not uncommon to lib.rs with just documentation, re-export or mod definitions. Yeah, this is more for communication, like to the outside, to out of the crate. We don't need to communicate out of the crate. Mainly want to be communicating within the crate. But do we have to... I don't think we really have to make like a new model for this. No, I don't think so. We can just do it in the thingamajig. Wait, did you share your Notepad++ theme? Hold on. Did you make all of this yourself? Hang on, let me just download this real quick. Where do I even store this? Hang on, where's my notepad? Do I just... Where's the settings in this thing? Settings. Style configurator. Is the one you use? Right now I'm using Obsidian. Is there like... Ah, god dang it. Where to put style notepad ++? Should be in app data. Of course it should be. Hang on, it should just be in... There's a notepad ++ in here. There is. Wait, maybe don't put that like on your mainstream. Doesn't really matter. I don't think there's anything in there that I don't really want to share. Themes. And then I put your theme in this folder, presumably. Oh, there it is. Yoink. What's it even called? It's VS 2019? Oh. Hang on, let me just close that. Go to settings. Style config. Like my default. Have a certain name or something like that. Style name VS29. Did I put it next to the other ones? Maybe I need to like restart it completely before it reads the folder. Style config. Oh, there it is. Oh, I do like that one. Yeah, please reload it. Actually, wait, where's my... This was the one I was looking at. The one I was using before was Obsidian. I do like Obsidian a bit more. I think it's a bit too dark for my taste. But I get what you're looking at there, yeah. It does look pretty nice all in all. Okay, hold on. In here. Let's go back. Yeah, we have the models. CD models. I think I just want to have... Don't want to... Rest enums. Enum file. Rest how to split out enums. The more places I put a file, the easier I can find it again in the future. But yes, dark mode. I mean, I do agree. Like, dark mode is a very big plus. I really need to install that dark mode plugin for Firefox. Because some sites... I did get a hydrate there, Ace. Some sites are so misguided, they don't do dark mode yet. Rust. I just should I create a file for each enum. Well, as enum is a struct. I'm using the wrong term again. It should be a struct. Struct. Files per struct, I would say What do people say? Trust your gut. Splitting things into files is meant to... I mean, that's... First error type shared help handler implementation. I mean, it's a good point. Like, I do have a lot of different structs over here. And if I want to split those all out into different files, like one file per struct doesn't make sense. So instead of models, I'm just gonna remove the models and we're gonna go touch models.rs. Actually, can't stand to browse the dark mode colors and I can't be bothered going to find them to edit them. Besides, you have the dark modes, have ways around them. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, most sites nowadays will just have a dark mode, but it's like this one. This one hurts the eyes. I'm sorry about the flashbang. Actually, well, while we're on the subject, I tried to hit. There we go. Extension. Mozilla, please. Why don't you have a dark mode for that? Better dark mode. Let's see. What do we have? This has 2,000 users. Neon green dark mode. No, thank you. 38. Dark mode theme. Night shift. 3 stars, 6,000 users, 4 star. Turn on dark reader for every website. Each eyes use dark themes for nights and daily browsing. Right. I'm just gonna add this. Yeah, you can run wherever the heck you want. Yeah, I wanna have you in the toolbar. I just wanna have a look. Oof. I mean, the app itself is pretty ugly. Oh wait, hold on. Dark reader, the space protected by... Oh, okay, I can't do it on those. But if I go on these... Oh, that's way better. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm keeping that. That's wonderful. Holy shit. That's such a difference between how it was before. Yeah, it is way better. Okay, so... I'm just gonna yoink. I think this is all Twitch, right? Let's see. This is line 11. This is... No, this is not all for Twitch data. Okay, so we're gonna get these lines first. Whereas in Twitch we have the models.rs and we're just gonna paste them in here. We go back to not that main old. Actually, I don't wanna. I delete them. I wanna keep this file intact in case, so I always can go back to this. I should really be starting to use Git for this project. One of these days. Okay. This is all Twitch, right? Usually just check HTML body tag for light theme, dark theme. Change them to dark, does always work. Surprise. Yeah, there's a lot of sites that let you do that. The problem is if you reload the page, your changes are gone. And for these kind of things, I prefer to just have it fixed and not have to think about it. I really like not having to think about it. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I keep forgetting what I'm thinking about. Alright, I'm gonna split them out a little bit. I know I said I want them all in one file. Wanted them all in one file, but I think there's a difference to be made, like between the initial models, because hang on. The thing is, you have like your initial. Sorry, I'm just thinking how to even describe what I'm thinking. Because we have like the initial communication with Twitch, which uses a lot of the things that I just... let me go back over here, open this one. Models. We have like the initial handshake and everything that's in there. That's like how the initial connection with Twitch. But after that, we basically only use Twitch message and its derivatives. I think it might be useful to have a distinction between the two, like the ones that I use internally in my application and the ones that are within quotation marks official for Twitch. Like all of this, the Twitch handshake stuff, that's official, but Twitch message envelope is just something I use internally. Alright, for now I'm just gonna put them in one file. I made my decision. We're just gonna put them all in one file. And I'll probably split them out later if I deem it necessary. Where's my old main? Here it is. With the Twitch handshake, we have some local stuff over here. And here's more Twitch stuff. How deep does this go? Let's see. This ends Twitch chat message, Twitch message event. Follow user response. Yeah, basically goes until line 114. And we need to go from here. So let's say that's like 61 lines. We copy that. We go over to the Twitch models and we paste it at the bottom here. And we have, it seems, all the Twitch... Yeah, all the Twitch ones just in one file. Yeah, I'm definitely not keeping them in one file. Like, the more I'm looking at this, the more I disagree with keeping them in one file. But I think it works for now. Now the question is, we just make them all public? I definitely don't need to make them all public. They're just used within this one module, so far that's fine. This is the, yeah, this is our main, and then we go to the Twitch, no Twitch/websocket.rs. Can we go like, create Twitch, is there anything in here? Just a WebSocket thing, right? I think we need to tell Twitch, like there's also a pub mod, models. There's a public models, and then we can go back to the WebSocket RS. Over here we can go models. As Twitch models. Is that allowed? Expected. Oh, sorry, I forgot my use. So we have the use. Then over here, we should be able to access Twitch models. Let's see what's in there. Nothing. Okay, they're not public, so that does make sense. Okay, let's just start out. Where is the Twitch main old? That's the one. We should start out with, let's see, what's our main here? Our main is setting up the server. Okay. Just, yeah, because we needed to host our own server. So Twitch could send us like a local message and ask us to verify ourselves. And that should be communicating back to Twitch again. Okay, before we do anything else, we need to set up one more thing, which will be a config thingy. Hang on, I did write something about this to myself when I was thinking on this. Yeah, with the utils, yeah, I want to have a utils module with a submodule for doing logging and for having some local configuration. Like API keys, that kind of jazz. So, to accomplish that, over here, we're gonna make a new module. That's gonna be module utils. It doesn't exist yet. Yeah, there we go. You don't exist, so that's fine. You are definitely allowed to complain about that. Over here we say no touch utils.rs, so that's the main config file. We're gonna make mkdir. We're gonna make a new file named new folder named utils. And within utils, we'll make a new file, which we'll name config.rs. That'll be the config module. So let's have a look over here. In some modules, it's in utils.rs. How did you do it in switch.rs again? Yeah, okay, so you're gonna have like a public module named config. You don't file not found. I thought I created a config file, right? In utils config.rs. Oh, this says config. Config. Okay, the config file exists. We also need to go. Yeah, we added it in our main file. And within utils, we have config.rs. Okay, and in here, we can get config. So let's have a look at the old thing again. There was some logic in here. But there definitely was a, where is it? Local Twitch config and local config. Yeah. So we're gonna yank these out of here. Place them in config.rs over here. We need to get cert JSON. Wait, oh no, this is cert. Cert, we need to get the serialize and deserialize from cert. Otherwise, it doesn't know it can do that. U can be renamed with just lowercase, I guess. Nah, not for now. Okay, so these are the structure our config files follow. And then we need to actually read them out. I think I do that over here, right? Config. Yeah, over here. We get the config file, the config, and we get stuff from the config file. So let's just yank that one. Gonna put it in config.rs, paste. And we're gonna make a public. No, actually, no. Read config. We're just gonna make like a local function that's not public. Nobody else needs to know about this. Just this module. Use, I think that's in, is that not in IO? Is that just God, what's the default crate called again? My brain, please. What do you call default crate? Main old. All the way at the top. STD. It is STD. Sad to tell you, you got STD. And now we all live with the consequences. Okay, so we're gonna paste that over here. We don't need to use any of these other fancy stuff. All we need is read to string. So we have that. We don't need to add fs. We already told you we're using fs. Alright, so we read the config file. Fn get switch key. Oh, we actually need to. We actually need to throw an error here, because what we want to do over here, and I didn't say that yet, but I'm going to tell it now. We want to always return a local config. That's the thing this function needs to do. Get a local config file. So right now you're not really returning anything. Mismatch types. Okay. In case this thing throws an error, we need to do something because we're trying to extract the file, the config from the file actually, or the content from the file. We're trying to put it into the structure we defined up above. But we need to get like an edge case, not an edge case. Hang on, just let me get rid of all of this. We need to fill back an error state in case the config file is corrupted or doesn't exist or, you know, any host of reasons. Theoretically, this should work. I don't know what it does. Like, does it actually crash on exception? We can find that out in a bit. Let me just, on my second screen, edit this file so I'm not sharing my secret Twitch key on stream. That would be kind of stupid. And something I would definitely do if not paying attention. Boop. So we go on the second monitor. I go to code, Rust, WebSockets. That's the proper folder. We open a config file. Let me just... I think, yeah, there's a config.test.json. And that has API key test. So instead of doing all this... That's half the fun of watching software and game dev on Twitch. I mean, I've already, you know, if you've been paying attention, I've been sharing some stupid stuff. Like, I've had my full email with my first and last name full on screen, including the place where I live. Wait, no. Not including the place where I live, but I have had that open on another time. Oh, hold on. Excuse me, that's the wrong one. We need to make this public so everyone can access this. Then over here, we should go read config dot switch dot API key, and we're gonna be returning a string, just a full-on string. Okay. Then we go back to the main. Can't find module file utils.rs. Yeah, right here though. My kind sir. It is right over here. What are you complaining about? If I save you, will you recompile and stop complaining? You will not. Okay, oh, there we go. Recompiling doesn't do it. Pressing enter apparently does it. So we get, from this crate, we get utils config as, we just get it as config. That's fine. And then we should be able to go config, get Twitch key. And this, we should be able to print line. This is not how I should print. I shouldn't be using print line. I should be using DBG, debug. You should see the Firefox profile you have for streaming. It will only show what I need. No from search prompt, no history. You clear a desktop of any of your files faulty. I try to keep my desktop empty. Actually, I do say that. No, there's some stuff in here. Well, I usually like am pretty careful of what I put on the desktop anyway, but like I couldn't figure out how to rename my user profile, so it just shows my first name, which I don't really mind honestly. But yeah, I use I have my Firefox edition at here, but for personal browser or just for all the other browsing, I use Firefox Developer Edition. Like the nightly build. So that's a nice way for me to just absolutely separate them and still have history and stuff like that. So I try to separate it out as well as I can. You have normal. Yeah, that's what I mean. I have like one Excel that's for like Lord of the Rings Online. Actually, most of this, except that one. These can just go away. Honestly, I never use my desktop anyway. I just open my start menu and start typing like a normal person. Firefox minus P, then you create profiles from there. That's fair enough. Yeah, I was looking into Firefox profiles, but then I was like, yeah, it just makes about as much sense. It's just using a different thingy of Firefox, different version, just to separate them out completely. And they do be working out for me, so I'm happy with that. Okay, we need to go run. Oh, errors. Look at all the errors. Wonderful. Then you have shortcuts. That's actually pretty good. Did you stream development? I haven't caught you on stream in a long while, Dev. Do you stream development? Wait, I'm not following you? Hold on. That must be an error, right? I'm pretty fucking sure I followed you. No, I didn't. I'm sorry about that. I swear I was following you. You don't stream dev stuff on this profile. Oh, fair enough. If you don't mind, I would love to watch in sometimes if you feel comfortable sharing it with me. If you don't, that's absolutely okay as well. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Can't find Vel. Oh yeah, that's absolutely correct. Over here. Oh no. I haven't looked at the file since I just pasted a bunch of shit in it. It's not so happy with me. Okay, so we need some. Sorry. Use assert. Which ruins me for chatting on verified stream since the other profile has it. Ah. That's why do you use the two different ones though? Just out of curiosity. Okay, we need to deserialize. We need to serialize. Now also need the value is not from cert. That's from search JSON. You have value, right? Yeah, value. Okay, I can't find the rest of my deserialize and this. Excuse me. What do you call this? What do you call this? Hmm? What do you mean cannot find the drive macro? In the old one. Which ones did I use? Where did I get? Yeah, it's just insert. It's insert. Like 90% sure cert is pronounced. It should be pronounced in French, but sadly for the French, I cannot pronounce anything in French. Okay. Well, the good thing is we got our Twitch key. So that's nice. I want to get rid of these warnings though. I'm gonna try. This is really ambitious. It's more ambitious than I've ever been in my development company. In my development career. I'm gonna try to have this 0 warnings. Yo, no good Nick. Oh sorry, I did peek the mic there. Thank you for the follow. How do you do? Are you in here to watch me struggle along with the rest? Because you are in a good place. I am struggling. You do no good, yep. You do no good, yep. How do you do? I'm doing pretty okay. My self-confidence is taking a little bit of a hit here because I am not experienced doing this. And I'm generally pretty bad at organizing. But I'm trying here. I'm trying. Doing what? On the long run, I'm trying to make a Twitch integration for stream using Rust. Right now, like I got... Hang on, let me just show you this. Where's my old one? I got a... Why is this... Let me just... Yeah, there we go. I got a follow H command working, which was just... it was all one big main file, with a lot of ugly stuff in there. But that was just like a first thing I made with Rust, and now I'm trying to actually separate it out of files and have a decent structure, being a good boy, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm working on right now. But like I said, I started doing Rust less than a month ago, so it's just a lot of learning and me making mistakes and not getting what's going on. So that's fun. Over engineering, yeah, definitely. I'm trying not to over-engineer it. I try to have like just basic structure instead of having one main file with everything in it. But yeah, no doubt it's going to lead into over-engineering. Do you have some Rust experience, Nick? Hang on, Dev. It would rhyme with verde. Wait, verde? Verde? Nope, none. Alright. You got any other development experience? Like I'm like by day I'm a web developer using Angular mostly. You like Swift? I have never used Swift. I have made a iPhone application in Objective-C, which is a horrible decision and nobody should ever do that. Then again, that was like 8 years ago, so it was the best we had. Swift is so nice. Yeah, I've seen it. It looks like a really elegant language. TypeScript, nice. I want to do like some smaller projects in TypeScript, because TypeScript is nice for having, you know, actual typing, contrary to JavaScript, but it's not as overbearing as other stuff. So I want to do like some little web things maybe in TypeScript one day. And yeah, Swift. I haven't used Swift, like I said, but it looks so nice. It looks inherently readable, and I do like that in the language. Okay. Yeah, it's complaining about having... Okay, the enums have things that don't exist. That's fair enough. We're not using anything. Sorry, that they have things that are not used, but we're not using the whole thing. So that makes sense. So I guess we're gonna have to live with warnings for now. Okay, so we can get our Twitch API key. That's good. That's improvement. We can get it from... Actually, can we go... Hold on, because now I just put it in here. But we want to go... Want to use init. And then in the Twitch... Where is it? Twitch WebSocket. In the init over here, we want to be able... Yeah, in here, we should be able to use create... util. We start out at utils. And after utils comes config. And over here, I don't see why it wouldn't be possible for me to like use this over here. But just to be sure, I wanna just dump it. dbg exclamation mark. There we go. I added a queue over there. I didn't want to do that. I want to get a new split going. No, not that one. How do I split correctly again? Explain correctly. I really gotta read a bit more on NVim. I started using it, mainly out of hype, mainly because I wanted to know if it was worth it. So far, my conclusion is it is worth it. I'm just not experienced in it, and I should really learn some stuff. Because every time I screw something up, my solution is to just throw everything away and start over, which is not a good way to do it. Okay, I was over here. I was looking at this. I want to do this. Want to make sure we can have access to the config to get Twitch key, which we do. I wouldn't know why we wouldn't have access to it, but just want to make sure. Then we go to the old one, the one that was working. And the first goal is to get a connection with Twitch going again. Connection with the WebSocket. For that we're gonna need this, I think. Okay, hang on. Ads are starting anyway. I need to go to the toilet and think for a second. So I'm gonna do that. I will be right back. Alright, I have returned and I know the next step. Next step, there are two things, because we need to get the token from Twitch. What's it called? The OAuth bearer token. Now there are two ways. We can already have it if we're already authenticated. Or we have to request one. First of all, we need to have a way to save it in case we need it, we get it. And to retrieve it to see if we have it. So in here, we're gonna add a new one. No, we're not gonna add a new one actually. We need to save it somewhere. I think we're just gonna... Are we gonna create an empty file to save it in? Because if it's not there... Hold on. How do we do this? Yeah, I think I got it. Because what we're gonna do... I'm gonna go over here, we're gonna stop this. We are not gonna create a new file. We're gonna let Rust create a new file. we're gonna make a public function. Get bearer token. And that's gonna be returning. Well, there are two options. Either we already have it, so we don't have to ask for it, or we need to create it. How do we do this in a smart way? I have no idea. We're just gonna go with an empty file, string. There we go. So if it exists, we're gonna have it saved in a file. Let me just yank these two lines and paste it over here. Bearer token dot. We're just gonna save it in a text file, and we're not gonna be handling anything. Also, we can just read it and immediately return it. There we go. Expected structs found. What did you find? What did you find? Result std string. Yeah, it's either returning a string or an error. And that's correct. Just need to tell it that. So it's gonna be result. Yes, those please. And we're gonna make another one. Create a bearer token. And that's gonna that won't return anything. Token will be a borrowed string. Because we just want to copy to save, and the program on other places can just go on with the token. Okay, let's see. Rust IO write to file. Write in S. Yeah, right. Write all vectors. Write all vectors. Write empty. Let's see, what do we have in here? Attempts to write multiple buffers. We don't want that. Write all. I just want to have like the most simple. I want to write something. Attempts to write an entire buffer into this writer. So we need to create a new file. After that we say write all and we return. Okay. I think in here, can I just go, like so, let's skip. There we go. Can I just create, I think I create a variable. Bearer token file name. That's gonna be config / bearer token.txt. I don't want to write it twice. I don't want to change it twice if I ever decide to change it. So over here I should go bearer token file name. Wait, don't I have access to that there? Expected an item. Okay. Okay, apparently it doesn't, the rest doesn't work like that. Kinda makes sense though. It's also kinda sad. Just probably declare it as like a constant if we want to do it like that. Okay. We say we make a new mutable buffer. It's gonna be, I need to have access to stdfs file. We need to string and file. Now over here, we should be able to go like file, create, and it should be in config slash bearer token.txt. And then we should say buffer.write write. Oh, I need to, yeah, of course. I need to make sure it actually exists. Like that. Right. Writes a buffer into this writer, returning how many bytes are written. This function will attempt to write the entire file of contents buff. And yeah, I think we should just be able to go like token. No method 9. Okay, so write all. No method named write all for using structs. Yeah, okay. Can't create bearer token file. No method named route and turn scope item. Trade right trade right, which provides rights implemented but not in the scope. Perhaps you wanna import it. Oh wait. No method named right found for struct. Is it in like a different module or something like that? There's a method named write_edit, which a similar name, different arguments. Okay. Okay, that also doesn't exist. Oh wait, isn't maybe in like the SDIO preload thingy? It could be in there. Kind of confused what I should. Apparently, I don't get it with file, but when do I get it? Buffer is file create that. Write some prefix of the byte string, not necessarily all of it. Okay, but that's not what we want. Let me just beginner Rust file input output. No method named file. Yeah, this exactly. The problem is you're not calling write on a file, you're calling it on result file IO error. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, wait. Huh. Dot unwrap? No. I'm gonna go over here and go buffer dot unwrap. No. You're calling it on result file IO error. The reason the example you linked has a match is because you have to handle the possibility that file open call failed. Yeah, okay. So, we should go match buffer. What do we do over here? Capture on error handling. Resolution no longer distribute. Oh, just an old link. Fair enough. Recoverable errors with the result. This one is not really recoverable. Okay, so we can do either an okay. Okay, so we have the option like in case everything went well. we have an okay buffer, and then we can just go use this. And then we have the error. Oh, sorry, that's just error. Error. And we're just gonna definitely panic, because if we can't access this file, everything is broken. So we go, can't create bearer token file. And over here, we should just not handle it, because we're handling it over here. Wait, what am I? Creating file. First, match arm without any brackets. This statement is not surrounded. Wait, do we need brackets around this? We need to do it like this? No method named right for struct in the current. Yeah? Nani? But we're handling the error. Okay, so. Let file equals that. So either we have a buffer over here, or we absolutely panic. Oh, I forgot the comma, didn't I? There we go. That's the thing I forgot. Okay, so buffer dot write token. Let's see, mismatch types, expected reference, found reference to string. So we should create a new vec from. Oh, we can just do an into here, I think. Rest can figure this one out for us, right? Let's write bounds. This is not satisfied. Why are you not satisfied? What's going on? The trade bounds, the that from string is not satisfied. Buffer write into trade from string is not implemented for. Okay. String to U8 array rust. Definitely others who have had the same issue. Look closer at the output, not 32 zeros there, only 28. Cause errors use write outside the retrying loop. This method is unreliable by design, doesn't guarantee that write what you given it. You don't ever use a write, use write all instead. Okay. That's fair enough. Oh no. There we go. Write all. It's not gonna work yet. You may convert your heap like a string into a vec8. This is a heap associated resizable array. You can dump by calling un into bytes. Oh, yeah, that's an option. That's an option. I go into, wait, s bytes. Convert slice. Converts a string slice into a byte slice to convert the byte slice back into a string slice. Okay. Can I borrow buffer as mutable? Wait, what? You should be mutable, right? I mean, it's not mutable, but can I borrow buffer as mutable? Wait, buffer. Wait, hold on. Buffer's mutable. I declared it. It's probably because it gets like reassigned because it's in OK. Can I go OK mutable buffer? In use SD result must be used. This result or maybe an R variant. Variable does not need to be mutable. No, that's correct because we make it mutable over here. In use SD results. That must be used this result. Maybe an R variant. And use variable error. No, but you do need. Yeah, but in here we can go like error. We can just pass the error along to the panic so it can show itself over there. What's this one complaining about though? What are you telling me? WebSockets, generate 10 warnings. Over here, in-use result that must be used. What result though? The buffer? We're using buffer over here. Note this result may be an error variant which should be handled. That's what we're doing. We're handling it. Like literally over here. We're panicking the moment we're getting it, but that does count as error handling, technically speaking. We're not returning anything. Question mark? And only be used for a thing. Okay. Returns the contained OK value, consuming the self. Because this function may panic, its use is generally discouraged. Instead, prefer to use parent matching and handle the error case explicitly. Okay, but I feel like we're handling it already. I'm kind of confused by this. Unused STD result that must be used in this result. Maybe an error variant. Rust file creates. Yo, VFAC staff, how's it going? Might that be dev 0? Oh, they want to have that pop up over there. Just doing some Rust. Yes, I am trying to. I mean, I'm using it. I'm also kind of failing at it, but that's fine. Hold on, I was gonna look at this warning. I don't get why this warning is here. Match file create buffer. Is from write all? I don't think so. Oh wait, write all can write all. Oh, that's smart. Can I go expect over here? Expect write all field. Yeah, that was it. Oh my lord. Alright, hang on, wait. You sound like you know what you're talking about here. Would it be like good practice to make another match in here in case this throws an error and to handle that error in there? Because I was hoping not to do a match in a match in a match in a match, but... And just... It feels like bad practice to just expect all the errors. If you have a good way to handle it, then you can do it. I mean... The way I'll probably handle it is panic. Because if the application fails over here, there's nothing else that can be done. So it should just shut down and hey, you really screwed this one up. Actually, do I have... No. Like in a proper way of doing this. I'm also going to... Well, if all you want is to panic... Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't really want to panic. I just don't know how I'd handle it properly. Should I do another match in there? Is a match in a match acceptable the protocol for Rust? I don't know. I say expect. I meant match. Rust match inside match for error handling. And I avoid Nessa. Several options result of many methods for common error in case there will be noisy match statement, unwrap and expect, return errors into panic, unwrap or styled. Yeah, the question mark if you want to return a result or an error. You might put out two different match statements. Yeah. Should they be inside? Actually, wouldn't it be the best to just return a result and let the one that's using the function handle it? Because all this should do is just write something in a buffer. Sorry, write something in a file. I'll make the function in question return a result and handle the error in the caller. Yeah. Because this should be a... hang on, I removed too much. This should be a pretty straightforward function that just writes to a file. That's not... hang on. Also, it shouldn't really return anything. You know what? No. For now, I'm just gonna have this expect, because, well... it should just write something to a file, and that's it. And if that goes wrong, we're in big trouble anyway. But you do sound like what you're... you do sound like you know what you're talking about here, VFX. You're a Rust developer, I'm assuming? Or at least experienced in using Rust. You might know a fair bit. That sounds like you're being modest. I have been doing Rust for about 3 weeks. So I don't know shit. I'm having fun with it though. I've been liking it so far. It's been a good language. Especially I come from like a web dev development. Web dev background. Your current project is front-end framework. Front-end framework for like Rust, or are we talking JavaScript? Because like I was just saying, my daily programming job is using Angular. For Rust, nice. Sorry, like I said, web developer. So somebody says front-end framework, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like web stuff. But that's cool, man. Why you what kind of front-end framework? Are you like... oh, sorry. I had to do a bit of a stretch there. Are you just taking it out of the terminal and doing like the Windows front-end framework stuff? Stuff like that? Oh yeah, definitely. Do drop a link, please. Natrix. What is this? It's a Rust-filled front-end framework embracing Rust strength, leveraging smart pointers, derive macros, the builder pattern, and other idiomatic Rust features to create a truly native experience. Okay. No need to use Signal. Gestalt bundling solution. Compile time CSS and asset bundling solution. Oh my, what the? You sure this is Rust? What the heck? Stop porting JS to Rust. Rust is an amazing language that's built a front-end framework that actually feels like Rust. Oh, that's cool. I can already tell you, this goes way above anything I get. Like, this is way more complicated than anything I'll be able to actually get. What do we have here? This is the same README. Summary. Features, panic policy, components, stateless components, features. That's a description of the package. Check. Gotcha. I think the code should be in here, right? Yeah. Got tests and everything. The color text stream is back. Yeah. How you doing, Summertest? Please initialize reference to a JavaScript document. Wait, is this built upon JavaScript, something like that? Using stuff from the DOM, that makes sense. You're doing well? Yeah, that's nice to hear. You recovered from your panic last week? Oh, it's WebAssembly. That makes a lot of sense. That should have clicked way earlier. Oh shit, that's ads. Still getting a license. Just say you want to own again, man. And handlers. You do want to own one, that's fair enough. Alright, this does look very cool though. I'm gonna save this one. I might look into this later if I ever wanna do Oh, shit. I thought somebody else gave me oh, wait, hold on. Just add full cool stuff. There we go. Wanna save this into cool stuff. Paste? There we go. Natrix. Natrix. Alright, that's... Honestly, it's way too complicated. Oh, wait. I'm talking to ads. To ads. Okay. Over here. Config. Create bearer token. Test. Oh shit. Okay, okay, I'm running it as a watch, and technically this writes something every time inside the file, so it recompiles. That's not smart. Hang on, I do want to own one. Shitbox will be free as long as I pick it up. It's like 2.5 hours away. Ooh, good luck getting that. Nice to hear that it's ready though. Of course, Nintendos are complex, but you aim to simpler than other Rust front-end framework for existing Rust devs. Most frameworks are trying to bring over JavaScript people. That's fair enough, yeah. I mean, honestly, I would be more interested in something like this, that just is for Rust, than something like, hey, you can use the same stuff you want to use in JavaScript. As if we don't all know JavaScript is a horrible language. It's not horrible. Well, JavaScript is, but it does its job. I will defend JavaScript that far. It does its job. And it does it pretty well. JavaScript is pain. Some tests, I think, according to you, all programming is pain. So I don't think you're a really reliable thing here. If you want to write React, I will use React, not Flames React. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not learning Rust, so I can do the same stuff I do in Angular in Rust. I want to do Rust. All programming is pain. There you go. There you go. Alright. Okay, at least the file got written too. So we got that going for us. We got that. Yeah. And then we have the other one. Instead of get switch key. Oh shit, thanks for the follow, VFX. Alright, can we also read the file and get whatever's in there? What's again? Cargo run minus bin? No. Is it it's just cargo run because I only have the one in here? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we can now write and read and write to and from that file. Is that good? Is that good? Now we can actually make something. Imagine that. Because we have two things. Oh, I need to remove my outbearer file before I do anything else. Where are we? So within config we go rm bearer token.txt. Okay, just to screw myself over, let's run it and get a panic. There we go. We didn't even get a panic. We just got a nice error. Was that how I made it? I forgot what I put there. No, it's just returning the thing. That's correct. Yeah, hold on. That's what we wanted. Because in not switch main, where did I put it all? I'm not scatterbrained, you're scatterbrained. Yeah, WebSockets over here. It should go. Let's bearer token. That's the one we want. And then we want to match config get bearer token. Because if it exists, there's nothing we need to do. I'm just going to make a new function over here. Function setup WebSocket, am I right? With the bearer token, and that will be a string. I don't know what it will be yet. If this is all okay, we get the token back and we can just go token. If we have an error, we will get an error over here if there's not token existing already. So we should be going. I don't care what's in there. We're just assuming the file doesn't exist, and that's why you can't read it. That makes sense to me. Create get authentication. That's what 1.0. That's about it. We're gonna just yank this. We're gonna go all the way down here, make a new function. That's called get authentication. And I'm gonna go print line auth. Yeah, you do need a semicolon. Match arms have incompatible types. Expected string found. Oh, mama. What is it? What are your returns? It's either a string. Oh, it's a string. Isn't okay. I need to go to this one. So instead of okay, it should be a string. Expected tuple found struct string. That's one arm of the result, right? We have the string and we have stdio. Let's actually make sure we type that out. You're not an error. You will be stdio error. You'll be this particular error. Expected struct or tuple variant. Expected struct or tuple variant. I can't get rid of this error. What do you mean? Okay. Enum variants have 3 possible syntaxes. 1, 2, and 3. Wait, does the string have a tuple? Expected struct or tuple found struct. Okay. no doubt we can see that in here, right? This will not be confusing at all. It will be confusing. Is it okay? Oh, damn. Apparently it can be okay. Wait, is it just like the generic ERR? Match arms have incompatible types. Expected string found. Nothing. Oh, it expects me to return a string, I think. That's not how it works, right? Oh, wait, no, that's right. We need to surround this with brackets. Match of incompatible types. Expect a string found dead. Okay. You expected to get a string back from here? Or into this? Let me just test this out. Let me return that actually. Okay, so you do expect... You do expect a string. That's not really what we want to do. Actually, it is. Hold on. Because we need to do async stuff here. I forgot about that. Await. I know you can't use an await yet. We're working on it. Async. If I could type at the C async. There we go. Also, Envim tab if the errors get annoying. To read this virtual text, there's also the virtual lines option. Wait, virtual lines? I think, is it that the lines like wrap around? Or is that something different? Oh, they go over it. No, wait. They don't. Like, the screen ends there. SP line simple Envim plugin. The random diagnostics uses virtual lines on top of the real line of code. Oh, it goes below it. Is that what you mean? That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. That's the actual built-in thing. Yeah, it just gets after it, or it gets put after it. I can probably read it if I do it like this. I have been meaning to look into that. Just, you know, it's one of these days I'll get around to it. Diagnostics, virtual. New config. Wait, hold on. So I should be able to go Lua. And it should be, let's see, I think it's, oh, I don't have autocomplete here. Vim diagnostic config virtual lines equals true. Oh. Attempt to index field diagnostic. Oh. It's just lure the Vim oh, I just can't type. Diagnostic. Are executing, attempting to index field. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't be as stubborn and just add the brackets over here. But I'm not sure if this is how it works, but there's one way to find out. You know what? That's beautiful. That's way better, honestly. Although it seems to be using both right now. Awaits used inside non-async function. Awaits is only Wait, hold on. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. We're gonna search through NeoVim files, get our custom init, LSP config. It's two separate options. That doesn't surprise me one bit. I think this is the right one. Local LSP config is LSP config. Yeah, so we should be able to go vim diagnostic. Do you have a Discord? Yes, I do. It should be if Steph. What? Yeah, there we go. Honestly, I don't know if that's the correct URL or not. I hope it is. I truly hope it is. Vim diagnostic config. Virtual lines equal true. And let me just look at user diagnostic. I think this should be commands index. Isn't there like a property insert text object Windows commands? It's still working. Oh, leader E. Leader E is a pretty good one for that, I guess. And virtual text is not virtual text. Let me just set the defaults as virtual text is false. Let me just, do I have anything at leader E yet? I don't. Okay. Like I said, I did like the initial setup for Vim, but I haven't looked too much into it, and I really need to do that because I do really like using it. Global and local as initial. Did you miss local or misspell it? Should be able to use it here, right? I think this should be fine. So we go leader E. No, it's not fine. Oh wait, that's because I need to actually close everything. Go to the one with the errors. I think it was in here. It was in here. So we do leader E. Oh, it's not working. Honestly, you don't know that, so probably some bad practice in there. Also, I don't think it's working for me. Let me search my new... Oh, capital E. Yeah. Thank you for that. I absolutely missed that. That's really nice, though. Damn. Thanks for that. That's gonna be... Like, up until now, every time, I was just compiling the code and looking at it through the code. So that's not the best way to do it. Okay. Yeah. Because I wanna get out, and this is gonna take a while to get. So I think it would be best to do it async. As with everything, even pick whatever keybinds you like. Yeah, I need to sit down and like write out what the things are that I want to be able to do using nvim, and what makes sense. Because the ones that I really use right now is like, or the ones I made and use is the terminal split. Let me just quit this, because if we go leader T for terminal, and I can open it here, or I can that's my WebSocket, or I can do terminal split. And I made a thing that lets me jump 5 lines up and down on the window size, or the split size, I guess. You already had lowercase e bound to something else, so uppercase was fair enough. Yeah, like I said, I really need to look into that. Okay, how am I gonna do this? I'm just... So we're gonna go get out. Actually, you're just, if we get the authentication or the authentication anyway, it can return a string. So you're gonna return a string, I think. Oh. Okay, you can also return a string from test. There we go. Match arms seems to have incompatible types. Expect a string found future. Oh, I don't unwrap the string. Okay. I don't. Hold on. What? Get authentication. Match string arm has incompatible. Expect a string found future. Nani? Nani the fuck? Dot? Do we need to unwrap it? No. No, it's just a string. Match arms have incompatible types. Yeah, I'm working on it. This is found to be one of std string. We use variables. Yeah, we're still working on those. Just to stop it from complaining, we're gonna go. One or more distractions plugin is a must-have for me. Oh boy, yeah, sure. I mean, if I didn't want distraction, I shouldn't be doing this while streaming. Info starter. Use the web motions like a spider. Move supports and skip insignificant punctuations. Position Wim S. Yeah, Vim's we will move from there to there to there. Position. Oh. Gonna be saving those. Gonna be saving those. Yeah. That's not the name. No, I'm gonna look into that tomorrow during work time. That sounds like a good waste of my time there. Also, there's so many times you want to rename support of yeah. Yeah, I've had that trouble. Okay, what I am a little bit confused about. Oh wait. I know. I have an ID. Instead of just returning, we should be able. Over here we have the bearer token, so it should be a setup WebSocket passing along the token. That works. And then over here, can't we just not return anything? Is that an option? Unused implementer of std future must be future. So yeah, because yeah, okay, fair enough. There we go. You don't return anything. You don't return anything. There we go. We don't need that. Alright, I do get why you're able to switch in between, because this is really really hard to read. Unused imports, we are not there. Okay, so we now should be able to either get our bearer token, or should be able to... I'm not happy with his name, but we'll fix that later on. Okay. Over here, we need to do authentication stuff. Where is my old code? My old code's horrible. My new code will be just as horrible, but it will be horrible over multiple different... Sorry, I got distracted. It will be horrible over multiple different functions. Or files. So it will be concise and horrible. Okay, let's see. This is about, let's call it 40 lines, and we'll just cut off what we don't need. Over here, paste it. Don't paste over there. This should be another function. Because we're gonna go using Exum for this. Put these over here. I also should be looking into Harpoon. I saw Primogen using that, and now that I'm actually switching between files and not working one file, it seems really useful to just go to those with one press of the key. Where is my main function? It is over here. Let's get those, put them in here. Paste. And then instead of main, we're just gonna be yoinking this one. Pasting it there, removing this. Remove that old piece of code. Oh yeah, we also need the code response, which is the struct that we defined in here. Code. Can I just go to previous? Previous. Here it is. Let's go yank. Oh wait, hold on. Did I yank I definitely yanked incorrectly. There it is. Yank 4 lines, please. Thank you. Paste it in here. I'm not sure if this should be in this file or if I should create a different file for it. But since it's only one struct, I'll just keep it in here for now. Cert deserialize. And we also want cert serialize. And we need to add a semicolon at the end. Sorry. Had to take a little sippy there. Okay, we don't need all of this. We should just go look at me being a JavaScript developer. Let's switch API key equals then from config we need to get switch key. Oh, I did mistype that. Definitely that one. And we're gonna correct it over here. And it's gonna complain. Then we're gonna go for config. Oh yeah, let me just absolutely stream my API key, which I should not do, which I was just talking about not doing. Whatever. I can trust you guys, right? Right? There's no rights associated with that key, so that's well, there's minor rights to it. You can read chat, I guess. Okay. What was I? Yeah. Config. Utils config.rs. So in here, I should be renaming this one. Get switch key. There we go. Navigate here. Go to. It's not utils, it's Twitch WebSockets. Oh, I don't close this delimiter yet. Yeah, there's just a lot more in here that we don't need yet. Expected R underscore curly. This one? Did you expect that one? Okay, hold on. Let's just, we'll we'll get down there when we get down there. All right, so we get the Twitch API key. We map it all. Yes. Request. We make a new request client. We send Twitch auth response. Twitch auth response should be in create Twitch models. And then we should be looking for the models. Twitch auth response. Boop. Oh shit, it's ad time? Okay. I will be right back. Alright, I have returned. Okay, so now let's just remove some of these old debug messages. And this. And what's this? Handle scope requests. Set up a channel. We'll do it later, that's not relevant here. Oh, that's the unclosed limiter. Alright, we close this one off. Print line. Over here, we're gonna prepare the server, authenticate yourself. Oh, we don't want to return that. There we go. Okay, so we're in here. We have the response. Yeah. Hold on. Let me walk through this so I know what was going on. Take a sip of water first. There we go. Okay. So what we're doing, we need to get our token from Twitch. For that we need a local server that gets a request from Twitch. So we set up an app at /. We set up a new router using Axon that listens to localhost 3K. We serve that. Then we should open a web page. We get a request in there, and then we need to send that to Twitch. Client request, OAuth token. Yeah, we need to send a post to Twitch using like all of this. From our local web server, we get a response back from that. And that response should have our access token. And that's the one we should be saving. Field access token. Oh shit, I need to make the Twitch models pub struct. Access token should be public as well. And do we care about these? I'll just keep them. I'll just keep them in there. Maybe I can see us using the expires in for sure. To request a new token in time or something like that. So I'll just keep them in there for now. Can you review the file? Access token of Twitch out response is private. I'm pretty sure it's not though. Just save this. Oh, I might not have saved it. So it would indeed be private the moment I requested it. Field access token of Twitch out response. Am I editing the wrong one or is it just not updating? Models, Twitch out response, the public access token. Okay. Definitely, that should definitely be public. And then, diagnostic in a file usually needs a save to refresh. Yeah, I did save the file, but I apparently need to do an actual edit for it to do it again. Which makes sense. You don't wanna, you know, save on wrongful saves. You don't want to recheck on unnecessary saves. There we go. Okay, we have the access token. Then we want to use the utils. Wait. Why don't I get suggestion? Utils? That one? Utils save. Wait. Utils config. Utils read config. Oh, it's utils config save bearer token with the access token in there. Filter resolve used of unresolved or unlinked. Oh wait, did I not unused imports models as Twitch models? Hang on. I should use Twitch models over here, so we just do it over there. Create utils config. I already imported config, so no there we go. Save bearer token. Yeah, okay, that's because I create bearer token. That's the one. Expected string. Yeah. We borrow you out. Okay, so we get the response from Twitch. We save the access token. Then over here. How did we do this in the old one? Hold on. Search files. Main old. Boop, 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 boop. Handle client. Oh, Lord. No, but this is fine. Handle client, WebSocket connection made. Send request, send other message. I think this is something that we need to do later on. Right now, I am pretty sure. Okay. Let's just comment this one out. Mismatch types. Oh, you need to return something. Okay. Outdone. Let me just undo until... Yeah, there we go. Outdone. Oh, it was a double quotation marks. Yeah, the other ones are bytes or bits. Sending it back is bytes or something like that. Forgot what it exactly was. Unused variable URL. Yeah, because we are sending that over later. But let's see what it does right now. It's still building. It has a lot of warnings. Okay, it's running. So theoretically, I should be able to open this URL on the site. Result unwrap on... missing field access token, line 1 column. Result unwrap on an error. Okay. That is, let's see, I think that is the this one. So what if instead of this, over here I go debug DGB, no DBG, ampersand response. Okay. So we run that again. Okay, it's running. I open my URL again. I'm getting redirected. And connection is reset. Okay, it doesn't even... Missing field. Alright, I think it's... Yeah, it's giving us an error over here. So... Is this allowed in Rust? No. Damn it. No multi-line comments out. Okay. We just do it like this. And we're gonna go a new debug. We're gonna go response, unwrap. I just want the text for now. Text and wanna await that. Must use, unused as the errors that must be used. Okay, we'll get there when we get there. Let's do it again. Let's see what we get back. 403, invalid client secrets. Oh, wait a sec. Read config, and read config still uses our test. It's also easy sometimes. Sometimes you just send your test message to Twitch, and you're surprised why it doesn't work. Alright. So let's check that one in. Run it again. And we get our bearer token. And I just, okay. Okay, so let me just check this off screen. I know I just printed my bearer token to screen. Gonna ignore that conveniently. So if I open bearercode.txt, it is in there. Alright, so theoretically it should be saved. So right now, if it goes to, it should immediately go through to setup web token. Over here. Setup WebSocket using the access token. We can pass ownership of it because this is the end of the function. This is authentication done. I just want to have that a little bit nicer. Oh, there we go. Over here, we don't actually need to pass the bearer token to the. Do we? I mean, we don't really, honestly, because we already get it, I think. No, wait. Because we pass to this if we cannot get the bearer token. Yeah, okay, no, we need to do it like this. Okay, sorry. Sorry for all the confusion there. I do like thinking out loud. Which probably is in my favor while I'm streaming. Okay, so then we should set up the WebSocket for Twitch. Just copy this one. Let me just start out with this. Over here. Paste it. Then we go back to this one. Do we go? Is this main alt? Yeah. Now over here we say WebSocket stream handshake message. Yeah, first of all we need to get a handshake message, I think. Connect async, await, fail to accept WebSocket connection. Just gonna be copying this over in small parts. How did I? Oh, I don't know what I did. Close that one. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Go back to this. Yank this again. Because I don't know if it's yanked correctly. We go to the WebSocket. Connect async. What is my Connect async comes from Tokyo, right? Tokyo Tungsten Night? Yeah, there it is. Setting up over here. Paste it, save it, so it gets sorted. Unused imports. Yeah, we'll just leave it there for now. Alright, you're not async either. Let's make you async. There we go. Get authentication. Oh, I forgot to close this function, didn't I? Or did I? Match arms must have incompatible types. Wait, why is suddenly opaque implement future output is that? Not even returning anything. Match arms must have incompatible types, expanded, opaque. Alright, but it's been erroring ever since I implemented this one. So let's get that out of the way. Can't find function set up WebSocket. Huh. Okay, so if I put this one down here. Now it exists. And now you are complaining again. Match arms must have incompatible types. We're not returning you. That's what I'm confused about. We're not returning anything over here. Oh, wait, we are. Oh, wait, it's used in non-async. Hmm. It's not unwrap either, right? No. No, because I work async and all of it. I should be doing. I should be calling this async, I guess. Oh, if only I could type async. Pub fn init expected. Oh, is it pub async? It probably is pub async. Match arms have incompatible types. Await dot unwrap. Okay. Honestly, just trying stuff. I should probably look this up. I think that's gonna be more helpful. Match arms of incompatible types. Expected opaque type implementation standard future output that find unit type that. Okay. Expected opaque type found. Okay, opaque type. Rest expected opaque type. Opaque type found a different opaque type. That's not what we get though. Found unit type. Found a different type of opaque type. Expected type found opaque type. Expected opaque type found different. Let's just have a look. Here's a link to the playground. Do. You can have mixed different implementation trait returns. Okay, but it's getting confused once we get over here. Set WebSocket. Am I missing a semicolon? I am. Oh my lord. Oh, wait. I used a semicolon. I should be wrapping it in brackets. Oh, thank you so much. I would have spent like half an hour looking for that before I found that. Thank you so much. Okay. If there's a potential prefix with an underscore, yeah, we don't care about that right now. Okay, no, actually we do care about that because we can just get this out of here. Okay, so we're over here. We're making connection to Twitch. We kind of do at least. No F9 split, search WebSocket stream. WS stream, connect async. Are we using a specific WebSocket stream over here? I thought I implemented. Oh, it's an handle client. Yeah. WS stream from connect async, and connect async is the one we get from Tokyo Tungsten Night. And I did paste that. Oh, wait, not that file, this file. Did I maybe undo that? Connect async. Just get rid of these. No methods, select WebSocket on scope. Item trait can only be used if it's in scope. Items from traits can only be used if the trait's in scope. It's in scope because I implemented it, right? Or because I did the use thingy? Is there anything else in here? Maybe it's... Oh, wait. Was this viewed as util? I think I suffered with this before. Yeah, that was it. Okay. So far, I don't think we're using the right, so we can just ignore that one. And then... down here somewhere. Bit deeper. Yeah, we have this wonderful branch. Alright, I am going to copy all this. Yeah, I'm going to copy all this. Like, let's call it 38 lines. I think that's about right. Let's put it in here. Wait, no, that's the thing I just removed from the import, because I am smart like that. That's the Tungsnite Protocol message. That should be back in here. I literally removed this like 2 minutes ago. That wasn't very Cashmonian of me. Okay, so now we're getting responses from Twitch. So either it's a none, we don't get, we get an empty message, or we get some kind of message. And then we need to decide what kind of message it is. Actually, let me just, I can do a replace search, right? So if it's a Twitch message, it should be a Twitch. I think I named the Twitch message with 1G, Twitch message. I want to do it like everywhere. Oh no, that's not how you do that, because I need to add a range. There we go. Did I do it? Or did I screw everything up? I probably screwed everything up. I did call them Twitch messages, right? Where did I import one? I think it was down here. Twitch models, that's the one. Okay, so let's go back to this one. Instead of Twitch message, it's gonna be Twitch models. Colon Twitch message. Save it. It's still complaining. Just not giving me any... Wait, is there matches disclose? Alright, there's one closing bracket. There we go. No variant or associate name from JSON variant. Item not found in Twitch message. Oh, hold on. That's right, because Twitch message was a struct. Because we wanted to... Oh, it was a trade. Trade? Struct? Enum? It's one of them. I think it's enum. Yeah, here it is. Twitch message event, Twitch message event. And over here, yes. Okay, I think this would be a good thing to put into the models. Because we have all of these. Paste it over here. See what it's gonna complain about. Private associated function derived here. Yeah, okay. We need to make all of this public because we want to use it in other places. Visibility qualifiers are not permitted here. Oh, implementations are always... Oh yeah, you need to do it into the thingamajiggs. Okay. Then over here, we need to... Oh, now you're actually part of Twitch models. So... field session, abstract. Enum Twitch message is private. Okay, that's fair enough. Twitch message message. Twitch message envelope. Twitch message. Yeah, it is private. So we make it public. Then we go back to this one. Sorry, my cats are gonna fight in approximately 5 seconds. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. Okay, let's make just some... Actually, I'm just gonna make... Yeah, I'm just gonna make some empty functions over here. Why am I copying them from there? Go to. Boo boo boo. No. Damn. Send Twitch request. There it is. We put this in the WebSocket. Actually, hold on. So we go over here. This is a Twitch WebSocket area. This should be responsible for doing all the Twitch WebSocket stuff. But if I just paste all of this in here, this will be the big file and it won't actually change anything. Okay, let's go back a little bit. So we have a message text. FN. Hey, it's over. Nice. Handle Twitch text message. Okay, now we're getting to the part where we actually have to change stuff. Because this is the old loop I had for listening to Twitch messages. Which was a match and a match and a... There's literally 4 matches deep. We don't want that. I think... yeah, we do one big Tokyo Select. Let me actually... I knew what this was when I wrote it. I don't know what it was what it is right now. Tokyo Select. What is Tokyo Select again? So far I want to add cursor to assess and respond to new tasks. We'll now cover some additional ways. Tokyo Select marker allows waiting on multiple async computation and returns when a single computation completes. Yes, that's right. This just triggers when anything happens in here. Or on the message read.next, which is an asynchronous function. Okay, so we get a message. If it's connection to the WebSocket is broken. So we break the loop. We don't have connection to the WebSocket, that makes sense. If it is anything else, we want to do something with the response. There's a few we can get. I mean, the most significant for us is a text message. Which is just, hey, there's something. We don't know what yet, but it's going to be a message from Twitch and not some ping or something closing the server. And I think after that we want to call something to handle the Twitch text messages. So I am going... Okay, let's have a look. Sorry, I went Dutch there. I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why I'm going up and down. Okay, over here. You wanna... How do I do... Can I do a multi-line command on Rust? Multi-line command Rust. Oh, it's triple slash. It's not. Wait, what? Outer line, only a command. Star. Yeah, I was trying that easier, but it didn't really seem to do any. Oh, it does. I just need to also close it. Which makes sense, you know, it's probably a good idea. Okay, here we go. So, instead of doing all that... By the way, do you have this? I have this sometimes when I go like insert mode, press tab, and it just jumps to somewhere, and I don't know why that happens in Vim. You ever had something like that? Handle Twitch text message, that's the one I wanted. We go handle Twitch text message with a response. You don't accept anything yet, that's fine. Then we get a response here. And I think I can go message text as the type. Expected type found variant. Okay. You're not complaining about it. Let's see. This is try using variants enum create Twitch WebSocket message. Your create. Twitch. Oh my god, what did you say? Create Twitch WebSocket massage. And then I want to go debug response. Okay, expected message found string. That's right. What's in there is a string. Like we check if it's text, but if it's text, it will be a string. Okay, let's just... No. Let's be proper about this and just escape these the way they were meant to be escaped, with underscores. There we go. We know we don't use them, but we need to accept it. Okay, there we go. So we do a little cargo run. We get all our warnings. It doesn't do anything. Oh no. Okay. Do I forget to do something here? Oh, I think I do. I'm pretty sure I do. I don't await. We don't await. We just plow on as if it's nothing. That's what I was looking into earlier. Okay, so we go async there. You go await as well. And use and identifies feature that must be used. Feature unless you await or poll them. Okay. Probably need to do some polling later on. But that's fine. Set up WebSocket. WebSocket connection made. Okay, you don't need to... Shit. Okay, I'm gonna leave it for now, but I think we can remove the bearer token from there because we know it exists. Okay, let's see. It still doesn't wait. Okay, time to type in some messages, I guess. It should get in the loop here. Let's go. Print line. Setup WS. Let's see if it gets there. It does not get there. Okay. That's interesting. It doesn't show the debug response either, so not getting there. Let's go over here. Print line. Token. Do you just go okay there and don't await? Question mark. No. Do we use this? That's probably should have started out there. It should be init. We don't await the init. We do not await the init. It's over here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I didn't want to undo. We need to await this as well. The await's only allowed inside async. What the, oh wait, I can just yoink that from over here. Main alt, and we need like a Tokyo : main. I said we need Tokyo : main. Copy it, paste it in here. Get authentications, root. No, we don't need to do it in here. We need to make this one async based. Async. Okay. Okay, wonderful. Then over here we run it again. There we go. Yeah. It sets up the socket, it waits, and now it's just in loop. And it's getting questions from... oh, it's getting closed. Oh yeah, we're not using it. That's the next one. Because Twitch closes it if you don't make any subscriptions within 5 seconds or something like that. That's fine. So just to make sure... Where is it? Let me... Yeah. Main alt. Because what we did over here, after we set up the WebSocket, handle event message. Yeah, after we set it up, we called... What is it? Send Twitch request. This one. Over here, which is ugly as sin. We did make a request to Twitch. Can we please get all the messages sent to my chat? I think method WebSocket session ID is the session ID. Conditions. What's conditions? This one. Broadcaster user ID and user ID. That's me. Yeah, type channel chat message. Okay, but I think that's gonna be different from the WebSocket. Yeah, because we set up the WebSocket to listen. After that setup, we want to do something new. Where are we? Let's go to source. What's in source? Source has Twitch. Twitch is main. Model. Actually, let's just remove main. It's not being used anyway. mkdir. Sorry, mkdir. We need to touch. Because we need. I think client is the best term I have right now. Because we need to send message to Twitch after the WebSocket has been set up. Client.rs. Yeah. And over here we need to open not that one. We need to get the Twitch. Where are you? Twitch.rs. pub mod client. So we declare that as being existing. And in client we need to send a request. Oh, we need to, what's it called? We need to subscribe to stuff that we want. Let me just, for now, I'm just gonna copy this. That's a pretty long function. I can just copy the rest of the file, that's fine. Just yank 500 lines and it just won't grab everything. Client. Paste it. Alright, we definitely need some changes over here. Use, create, config. Sorry, create. Was this in utils? It should be like utils config, right? Yeah. So in here, we go for config get bearer token. Trade to dot unwrap. Oh, I forgot I removed the comma I shouldn't be removing. Get bearer token unwrap. The trade bound SSD string request into header names not satisfied. Can use cargo key. Blue. I think. Hang on, let's see. Oh, we did the format thing. Yeah, sorry. We also need to clone it and do it as string. Okay, so we go config. Get bearer token dot clone dot as string. That's just back. Okay. Over here. Let's just over here we go config get bearer token. Let bearer token is that. And then over here we're gonna go bearer token as string. Not a function, we just string found in. Okay, sorry. We do need to unwrap it over here. We get the bearer token, we put it in the header. We prepare a whole thingamajig. Yeah. Let me just check this. Get that out of the way, get those out of the way. Alright, let's see what's going on. Session ID. Session ID. Oh, yeah. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Because that should be over here. Handshake message. I think that one. Oh, let me go like a few files up. There's one too many. We go back to the WebSockets. And we run it. Because I think in this handshake message over here should be something like a session ID. WebSocket connection made. Yes. Now it's being closed. That's correct. Session welcome. Yeah, your session welcome message. Session with an ID. Okay. Yeah. So there's a session ID. I think like this for general config. Yeah, we get session ID. We want to have that somewhere so we can use it later on. I think I'm just gonna make a new file. Session config dot txt session ID, because we're getting this like every session, and we need to use it every session. We need a new one. We need to use a new one every session. Probably should be getting a better way of saving that kind of stuff. But we're just gonna, basically we're gonna copy this. Yeah, we are going to copy this. Gonna paste it. And instead of bearer token, it's gonna be get session ID config session ID. And then we're gonna create session. Actually, store. Store is such a better name. Store session ID. And buffer will be in. Yo, Sidu! How you doing, man? Good afternoon. Okay, we get the session ID. We save it. Can't create session ID file. I'm doing good. I just enjoyed the extra long weekend. Like I've been off today because I was away with my family this weekend. So I decided to just take the... Yeah, it's complaining. I don't care about the complaints it's giving. Yeah, I was away with my family for this weekend, so I decided to take the day off so I could recuperate. Did we do anything fun? Yeah, we went bowling. I hadn't bowled in like, well, years. A long time. And it's because my mother's turning 60 somewhere this autumn. So she was like, let's get all the kids and everyone and just have a little getaway for the weekend. So we were a little house in the middle of nowhere and it was really nice. Any strike? I got one strike. I was really proud of it. I got second. You know, we were with eighth and I came in second after my youngest brother. But my youngest brother is... he's pretty sportsy, I'd say. Congrats, thanks. Oh, I was kind of proud of it. I did have a fun time, though. Okay, let's... Session ID is... from config, I can get... How was your weekend then? You did anything? You can both for shit, me neither. Oh my lord. Hold on. That's a lot of errors. Let's do it like this. There we go. You need to have railings? Ah, no, you can do better than that. You've been working all weekend? Hey, at least it wasn't burning this weekend like it was last week. Don't you have summer vacation coming up though? Don't you have like 6 weeks off? In a little bit? Okay, so we're getting it, but we're not saving anything yet. Over, not over here. Oh, we get it over here. Hold on. Let me get back. Let me reactivate what I did earlier. We need to go up one and we go run. Oh, you already have summer break, so you're just off for the next 6 weeks. So you can be working next 6 weeks is what I'm hearing. Ah, here we go. Now, go to the old one. Good guess. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's what I did most of my summers as well. When I was young, I used to work in the greenhouses. We had a lot of greenhouses around where I grew up. So that was fun. Like it would be 35 degrees, 30 degrees outside and 45 inside. Something ridiculous like that on some weeks. It was horrible. There's still this one flower. I just get flashbacks every time I see them because we used to do them all fucking summer. Bolgrisant. These ones. I detest these flowers with a passion. Horrible flowers. Being cooked alive in the casa. Yeah, you know how it is. Yeah, fun times. Was nice though. You see, we would start at like 6. But on Friday, usually like my parents were on vacation. I was staying home. So on Friday, I would go to the place where my friends lived, like 16 kilometers. We would stay up until like ridiculous. I would come home at like 7 a.m. Sleep all day Saturday. Wake up, go back to the town. Stay there until like Sunday morning. Spent all day Sunday being hungover. Went to sleep at 6 in the afternoon and woke up at 5 in the morning to go back to work. That was fun. You worked there for a week and quit after. Oh, I didn't really have a fallback plan. Like the only workaround was agricultural work. Also, I didn't want to work in the service industry, so that didn't help out there. Okay, hang on. If we get a handshake message. Yeah, this is what I want. This is what I want. Let me just... How much do we need to yoink? Let's go 18. We just yoink that. We dump it in here. Oh yeah, I need to do the magic with, yeah. Wait, you're changing your studies? Oh, shit. Why that? Oh wait, it's already replaced over there. Changed from cook to car mechanic. That's pretty cool though. I've never been one for like practical mechanical knowledge. But car mechanic is that's a pretty cool one. Oh shit. Oh, okay. We're just doing stuff over here. Twitch models, Twitch message, handshake. Boo. Alright, let's just comment these out. I don't want these errors. You have this disease in your heel that you can't work long hours. In the last few months you've been... Oh man, that really sucks. Oh, that really sucks, man. But yeah, if you can't stand long hours, it's gonna be a hard time being a cook. I get that, but yeah, it does suck. It does suck that something physical will screw you over of something you want to do. Heal Spore and then the next level one. I don't know about that one. Oh, it's just really hurting down there. Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah, yeah, like I said, not being able to stand long hours as a cook, that's yeah, that's not gonna get you into a lot of places. Any particular reason you chose the car mechanic as a replacement? You love cars. I mean, that's fair enough. That's a good answer. Not gonna lie. You have a few. Oh no! Those quotation marks around a few. Those are something. Borrow of moved values. Explorer occurs due to deref. Oh no, wait, hold on. I just need to do that, right? Your string move occurs because string has type SD string, which does not implement. Oh no, because I used over here. Yeah. Stupid. I do remember. I think I remember a picture you shared in Tessie's disk. Type Twitch handshakes private. Oh boy. Okay, handshake and Twitch subscription messages. Remember those. So we have handshake. Here we go. Bup. And subscribe. Bup. Wait, what? Oh yeah. Handshake. Twitch handshake. Preloads, Twitch handshake. Twitch handshake payload. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Ads over. Yes, I do run 2 minutes of ads to do. I'm sorry about that. It's partly because I do often like give a 5-minute break for ads if somebody just came in or I'm in the middle of talking to someone or something like that. I don't want to be cut off by ads in the middle of something, or I try to prevent it whenever I can. And every time I go away with 1.5 minutes of ads, I take like 2 minutes to get back. Yeah, sorry, I didn't explain the first one. The problem in quotation mark, with Twitch, if you run less than 3 minutes of ads an hour, even if you pause for 5 minutes and you just let the ads run otherwise, you get pre-rolls for like an hour. And the last thing I want to pre-rolls is pre-rolls. I've also been thinking about doing 1.5 minute of ads, but having them more often. But that also just kind of sucks. Okay, hold on. We get stuff. We get a Twitch handshake. This is good. We get a handshake, which we got to respond to. That's like Twitch asking us, hey, are you there? And we should say, yes, we're here. And after that, it sends us another message, which is, hey, are you there? And we don't respond. So Twitch is like, alright, fuck you then. Which is fair enough. Okay. Whew. Oh shit, I've been at this for almost 3 hours. Oh, more than 3 hours. Damn. I was thinking I'd be sick of this in like 1 hour, but I'm not. So far, it's been looking pretty good. I feel like the application so far is just a lot more palatable. I can remove this. It's a bit more split up. It's not one big file with just a lot of things that keep happening after one another. I'm playing this game called Arena Breakout Infinite. Oh, I've seen Tess play that. I don't really like survival or extraction shooters, I found out. I've tried playing the Gaijin one. I didn't really like it. Also, I kept dying to like the AI, the thugs or whatever they're called. So that was really annoying. In general, it's I feel like it's not my genre. Alright, sadly, it's almost 10 and I do have to work in the morning, so I will cut it off there. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for chatting, lurking, chilling out, helping me, whatever the heck y'all did. I do appreciate it as always. I am no one I know really online. Let's see if there's somebody. You know what? No, you guys go watch Games Done Quick. If you don't know this, by the way, Games Done Quick is on. It's absolutely amazing. It's a speedrunning event for charity. And it's just really cool to watch. Like, I highly recommend it if you have nothing else. Yeah, y'all have a wonderful evening. I'll be back Thursday evening doing some gaming. Don't know what yet, but I hope to see y'all there. And I hope y'all have a wonderful week.